What's up YouTube, it's Accurate again. So in my last video I told you guys that my next video, this one, would be about the connections of my home studio setup. So let's take a look at this place from that perspective right now.
Accurate Beats.
Now this is not going to be a super long or a super well edited video for that matter. This is just supposed to be a really informative video about how I've set up my home studio. If you haven't checked out my last video, please do that before watching this one so you can see a rundown of all the devices I use and a little bit of a recap, I guess, of every piece of equipment that I have. Now, as far as my home studio setup goes, everything is pretty much based around the audio interface. And in my case, that's the built-in audio interface inside of the Maschine MK3 controller. This one offers pretty much the same connectivity as any entry-level audio interface out there. Just 2 channels in and 2 channels out. So left and right in and left and right out. The main output from my audio interface, the Maschine controller, just goes to my left and to my right monitor speaker. Simple as that. So let's instead focus on my maybe a little bit more complicated input configuration. So let's track the audio signal backwards. I think that'll be the easiest way for everyone to understand and be able to follow. So we're starting off at the end of the signal chain, the inputs of the audio interface, left and right. This is where I need all of my audio sources to end up in order for me to record the audio in my DAW or to sample it in the Maschine software for that matter. Now, if I only had one single stereo signal that I wanted to sample, something like the Newmark PTO1 scratch turntable that doesn't need any amplification or anything at all, I would just be able to run that signal into the inputs on Maschine. For me though, who has a couple of external synthesizers, samplers and drum machines, I need something that can manage and collect all of my audio signals and turn it all into one stereo mix. Again, the left and right inputs of my audio interface. My way to get this working without having to spend a fortune was getting a small sized mixer and hook everything up to that one before sending it all to the computer. Now all of a sudden I can connect 3 of my mono sources to the mixer and still have 1 mono channel left for extra stuff. Here is 1 microphone, a synthesizer and a drum machine connected. I also have 3 stereo channels available on the mixer now, so the SP404 is on channel 5-6, the MPC Live on 7 and 8 and the DJ Mixer on channel 9 and 10. All of these devices, mono or stereo, are just sending their main output signal straight into the inputs of the mixer. What makes everything a little bit more confusing now is that the turntable of course goes to the DJ mixer on channel 1 in phono, but to get an extra channel out of this I also have the OP1 connected to the line channel 2 on the same DJ mixer. That way the turntable and the OP1 shares the same channel, which is 9 and 10 on the Yamaha mixer, but I'm just fine with that. So okay, good enough. Everything is connected to the Yamaha mixer that sends the output mix to the audio interface on Maschine. Everything can be controlled on the mixer and everything can easily be recorded on the computer. But what if I want to sample the audio from some of these boxes in the OP1, the SP404 or the MPC Live? I do have a solution for that. The headphone output on the audio interface is connected to a headphone splitter from Belkin before it hits my headphones. That means I can steal that signal right there and just plug a cable from the headphone splitter to my hardware sampler of choice. I have to be a little bit careful with the levels so I don't cause a feedback loop, but it works really good for me. And yeah, I do realize that this picture right here is kind of super messy and ugly to look at the moment, but if you followed along the entire video up to this point, I hope you kind of understand something about how my things are connected. And I also want to add that I'm not afraid at all to use like adapters like this. If I need to use them, I use them. I really don't think it makes that big of a difference. Well, I just hope some of you guys got your own ideas for your own home studios from this video. Thanks a lot for watching it. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one, so bye now.
Accurate Beats.